Hello, my name is Ahmed and thank you for watching this video. So far, we have installed a NetBackup master and media server on top of a virtual machine, on top of a Red Hat virtual machine. And we had a quick overview in NetBackup web UI menus. At the same time, we saw the legacy administration console of the NetBackup, which is the Java administration console. So here we go again. Right now, if you see over here, if I come to the activity monitor, you will see that only one job type, which is the image cleanup, it's happening and it's getting partially success. If I click on one of them and then if I go to details, we will see that it's giving a warning and it's saying that hot catalog backup is not configured. Before we go ahead and create the hot catalog backup, we will need a location to save the hot catalog backup. So far, if I go inside the storage, disk storage, you will see that I don't have any disk pool or locations to save my data. So what we will do, we will create a storage. I don't want to go deep inside the storage types right now, but we will have a discussion about it. So what I will do here, I will just go on inside the storage units. I will click add. From here, I will select disk storage servers, and then I will just go ahead with the basic disk. I click on basic disk, start. It will ask me for a STU or a storage unit name for this basic disk. I'm going to call this catalog STU. Then it will ask me for maximum concurrent jobs. How many jobs concurrently can happen on this particular disk? I will just go ahead with the one. That's more than enough for me. But again, I will just going to increase it to 3 just to be on safe side. Anyway, only one job will happen to this particular disk, which is one catalog. So even one is enough. Here I can reduce the fragment size if I want to reduce it. So basically it will say that what will be the largest fragment of the backup image which will be saved on top of this disk, which is the basic disk here. So right now I'm not going to touch this one, but you can reduce it if you want. You can play around with it. High watermark, it means that if the consumer space on top of this disk reaches this 98%, then no more backup will happen over here. And it will say, it will consume that the disk is full. Or we have here low watermark. Once it reaches this 80%, we will have a warning. On demand only, if I click on demand only, inside the policy, then I have to select this particular basic disk. If I don't select on demand only, inside the policy, if I just show you guys over here, policies, add. So policy storage, it can be any available. That means I'm not selecting on demand only. But the moment I put on demand only, then any available won't be able to take this one or uses this particular STU for the backup. I'm going to put on demand only because I want to mention this particular STU inside my backup policy, which will be used only for the catalog. Go ahead and click next. Enable the temporary staging area. I'm going to explain about this later on, so for now just ignore it. I don't want to use this one right now. Click next. Media server. I have only one media server, so I'm going to select that one. And absolute path name to directory. So I have to mention a path on that particular disk which I have used. So I have selected the local one. So let me go inside my master server. I have already created a folder, I believe. Okay, it's not there, so let me create it. I'm gonna mention this catalog. Catalog. And I'm gonna put this a slash, that means it's a folder. Let me just confirm the spelling which I typed is correct. Okay, this is correct. So yeah, so I have put this one. This directory can access on the root file system or system disk, which is okay. If I remove it, then it will fail because it is actually on the root file system. And then I click next. It gives me just a review and then save. If you see a lot of stuff, I did not mention that. Fragment size over here is showing 512 GB. That means it can go up to 512 GB, which is actually not okay. Normally it should be less than that. But again, it's a default. I didn't touch anything. I didn't change anything. Right? So now I have a place to save my data. I'll just go inside the policy, which is under the protections, add, and view catalog. You can name it anything you want. I'm just naming it to just match the policy type, which is a view catalog. Data classifications, I don't want to put. Here I'm gonna put the newly created STU. That's it. I'm not going to touch anything. I'm gonna explain more about this option over here, but I just hope you guys observe that the moment I'm changing the policy type, many of these attributes are automatically getting disabled and enabled based on the policy type. So again, I'll just go ahead and select my NView catalog type. I'm not going to touch anything over here, right? Schedules. And I'm going to just make a schedule over here. I'm going to make it full. Again, I don't want to speak about the all these options which we have over here. We will have another conversation for them. I'll make it full. I'm going to make it frequently to happen once a week, right? And then I want to have it just for 1 week, right? And start window, I'm gonna make it to happen on Friday, right? And then add another. I'm gonna make this one incremental, and then differential incremental. I'm gonna make this one to happen once a day. Again, 1 week. Start window will be every day between to here. Duplicate on Friday. I don't want it because full will happen on Friday. So I'm gonna delete this one and then add. I can see that it is what I want. And then I have over here disaster recovery. Disaster recovery will be the place which you save the configuration file of the DRs. So we are taking the backup, but to take the backup, then you will need a sort of configurations. Via that configuration files, you'll be able to recover from the catalog backup. So it is not like you will have the configuration backup and then anybody can restore it. There are some commands which you can use that even if you lose these configurations or the DR files, you will be able to still restore it. But when you are doing that, then you have to recreate the trust between the master and media and all other clients. So the security is even in that level. So I'm gonna put these files inside my, let's say, NetBackup folder, which is just a folder which it's having my NetBackup installations file inside it. So I'm gonna press OK. This is in case if you need to, the path which you provide, it's, let's say, on top of a network NAS, for example. So if in case you need a username and password to access that share, you'll be able to set it over here. Send disaster recovery email. I don't have a recovery email, so I'm gonna remove this one. Critical policies, in case if you want to have some specific policies to be available inside the backup, inside the catalog backup. My understanding was that when you put it over here, this policies, those policies will be the backup for them will be started as well, like at the same time when the catalog backup happens. I will reconfirm this one as well, but that's my assumptions right now. I'm not going to put anything over here, and I'll just go ahead with create. Let's see it will allow us to create or no. Okay, this is what I thought it will happen, because again there is another thing. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, one of my videos I mentioned the passphrase for the disaster recovery package is not set. So until this one is not set, there is no use of creating the catalog backup, because when you're taking catalog backup and you have the DR file, and let's say if you want to do a disaster recovery through that DR file, it will ask you for this passphrase. So that means the first thing we have to do is to set the passphrase. So on this duplicate, which I have done it, I'll go to settings, global security, disaster recovery. I'm gonna put a passphrase here. All right, my passphrase is there. I'm gonna save it. Update it successfully. I don't know it will accept now or I have to recreate it again. So let me just put this one, create. Interesting. So we have this warning, which again is allowing me to continue, but it's saying that because I'm saving this disaster recovery files on top of the system disk, it is not recommended, because in case, let's say, that disk fails or something happens to it, even the DR file will go away. So it's telling me that I should keep it on a different disk other than the system disk. So for me, it's a lab. I don't mind doing that. So I'm just going to click yes. All right, my new catalog backup policy is done. It's created. Let me select it and just go ahead with the manual backup. I'm gonna go ahead with the full, because that's the first thing I want to do. And then I click backup. I just go to activity monitor, or just I can click over here. Let's see it comes up, and will it be successful or no. So right now, if you can see, for a partially success, it's showing yellow. As I mentioned, when the backup is running, it will be a green person running. So if I click on 24, if I go to details, I will see details of the backup, but it's already completed. And that's because I don't have any sort of data inside my catalog, not yet. We just have installed the NetBackup master server. So the more we take the backup, the catalog will grow, and it can grow, let's say, from MBs to GBs and TBs. So our backup is done. As you can see here, these are the child job of my primary job. Let me see. Okay, so this hierarchy view is there as well, which is so if you guys see now, each one of them now is showing in a separate row, but the moment I select on hierarchy view, it will show as a hierarchy. So this is full, and these are the child under this one, and each one of these guys are a separate job. Okay, so we have already successfully created the catalog backup. I think it will be enough for this video. In next video, we will go ahead with a different task. Thank you.